So now is a Q&A session. 现在是这一个问答时间，所以你们有任何的这个关于禅或者是修行上或者任何问题。
This question is for Zen Master Lee Kwan.
Facing the face.
Okay, Zen Master, if someone didn't know that you are a master, didn't know that you are a Zen Master, then they are someone who practice chanting a lot, and they think that chanting is the best. So now they come to you and invite you, Master, would you like to go for a 7 days chanting retreat? What will you say to them?
所以这里的问题是，如果有人问大光禅师，因为他不知道大光禅师是修禅的，就他这个人是修念经诵经的，那他就邀请大光禅师去7天的这一个法会，然后他就问禅师他会怎么样回答。
我们说吧。
我们走吧。
就 let's Zen Master answer is let's go.
Thank you.
你们还有其他问题吗？你们要把握机会问问题。
I ask a question to any of the teachers. How can we manage doubt? If we have doubt towards people, how do we manage doubt? Because when we have doubt, we don't know what is the right thing to do, what is the correct situation, the correct relationship. So in that case, the mind is clouded. We don't know what to do. So in that case, what can we do to be at peace?
OK， 这个问题是我们要怎么处理我们的这一个疑，在我们心中的疑，然后我们有这个疑的时候，我们要怎么样去没有办法去建立好的这一个处境这个关系然后这个是他的问题。
So first, I have a question for you. What are you?
所以我有一个问题给你，就是你是什么？不知道。
That's a great doubt.
这个是很好的大疑问。
That kind of doubt is actually necessary to practice. That's equivalent, in other words, you can say great question.
这一个大疑问是非常有利于我们的修行。
Without the big doubt, big question, you cannot practice.
没有这个大疑团或者这个大疑问的话，我们是没有办法去好好的修行。
In order to discover who you really are, what's your true nature, you have to ask first.
要怎么样去找出我们真正的这一个自信的话，我们必须要问。
But then there is small doubt.
那我们有的时候也会有小的这一个疑问
，like doubting yourself if you can do it.
比如说我们对自己没有这一个我们怀疑自己的这一个能力是不是可以做得到
？Doubting the teaching.
我们有时候会怀疑这一个教导
，or the teachers.
或者怀疑这一个导师。
And that we call checking.
那个我们称为审查。
Checking yourself, checking your condition, your situation.
就是审查我们自己。
And that's not very helpful.
审查我们的老师，审查这个教导，这个并不会有太大的帮助。
So if that happens, then you can always turn it back into a big question.
当这一些发生的时候我们总是可以回去我们这个大的这一个问题。
Simply by asking who is doubting.
我们只需要问谁在怀疑。
Then even this small thing, small kind of fault of yours, can become a big asset and help.
那即使是很小的我们的这一个缺陷，我们也可以成为一个很大的这个工具，能够帮助我们。
So no matter what, small doubt can turn into a big doubt, and and big doubt will become a help to you and help to everybody else.
所以无论怎么样，这个小的这个问题可以转变为大的这个问题，然后这个大的问题可以成为一个推动和帮助我们这个修行，然后也可以帮助其他的人。
Just try them.
只是去尝试，
Okay?
好吗？还有其他问题？
我这个问题是要问传门师念，传门师念他的名字是天门，我想问传门师念，天的门在哪里
This question is for Chon Sunim. So, Chon Sunim name is Chon, and Moon means the gate to the heaven, to the sky gate, the sky gate. And where is the gate to the sky?
You already understand.
你已经明白了，
Only that?
只是这样说。
Sky is blue. Do you understand?
你明白吗？
Okay.
好。
师父，我想请问一下，今天的主题放下，放下是一个过程还是一个目的？如果放下是一个过程，这过程中我们应该做些什么？
So this question is today's theme is putting it all down. Putting it all down, is it a process or is it a destination? If it is a process, what shall we do?
So is that a process or a destination?
那这个是一个过程还是一个目的？
Looking on your phone.
刹那也是那永恒。
Moment is also forever. The moment is also forever.
Yeah, so is that a process?
那是一个过程吗？ Don't know.
Good.
很好。
So, all of your thinking will ultimately lead you to don't know. Just like he was saying, your small doubt will ultimately lead to great doubt in the end, if you watch closely.
所以说，你所有的想法，就好像刚才的苏宁说的，就是所有的小疑问也会，就是小疑团都会转变为这个大的疑团，最后回到了这个不知。
So it really isn't about us, like any of us three, telling you something to do. That will never work.
它并不是我们三位告诉你怎么去做，那是行不通。
As Chon said, it will actually come from inside you.
就好像天门禅师说，天门法师说，他是从你的内在出来的。
Right? He talked about being in Korea studying to be a monk. So that's like an external system trying to, shape you.
那就好像这个法师的在韩国的那个经验，他在那个系统里面的这一个修行，那就好像一个外在的系统在塑造你。
But without it living inside, it'll be one of these, it'll be 3 of those 4 leaving homes. If it's actually living inside you, then it's the real goods.
那如果他是真正住在你的里面、内在的，那才是真正的好的这一个修行。
So watch carefully.
那就好好的去
Because
看，
soon you'll die.
因为不久之后你会死。
My teacher always said there's only 2 kinds of people.
我的老师说，只有2种的人。
there's the soon die and the late die.
有一个是很快就会死亡，然后第二种呢就是比较迟一点才会死的人。
So which kind are you, the soon or the late?
那你是哪一种呢？就是比较快或者是比较迟的会死去的人。
So really, it's a stupid statement, right? It's very stupid.
这是一个好像很愚蠢的问题，对吗？
Because soon die and late die doesn't make any difference.
因为你很快或者是很迟才死去，并不太重要，不太
So
大差别。
if you look behind that statement, then by the way, when will you die?
那回到这一个问题的背后那你什么时候会死呢？
You don't know, right?
你不知道对吗？
Maybe before this talk is over.
可能在这一个
Maybe.
讲座结束以前就会发生。
Maybe before this long drawn out answer is over.
有可能在这一个很长的这一个问题。
So one time my teachers, Kyung Ho Snim, was walking with his student Monggong Snim, famous Korean Zen master. They were walking between temples.
那我的老师的老师的老师，就是这个空空法师还有这个满空法师，他们在一起在走着的时候。
You don't know this, but many interesting things happen when you're walking between temples.
那他们在走着从一间寺院去另外一间寺院，那这种时候总是会发生很多有趣的事故。
So this is the early 1900s in Korea.
这在就是18世纪的初期。
So as they're walking, it starts raining.
那他们在走着的时候就开始下起这个雨。
So Korea is very mountainous, and those mountains are very rocky, right?
那在韩国呢，都很多的这个山，山里面都有很多的这个石头。
So when it started raining, they saw this big rock sticking out, so they ran over and got underneath it so that the rain wouldn't fall on them, because they were wearing, none of us are wearing it now, but wearing cotton clothes, you don't want them to get wet, so they ran really fast and hunkered down underneath this big rock that was sticking out.
那他们那个时候看到一大块的这个石头，然后石头底下有一个空隙，他们就赶快冲过去，因为他们要避开那个雨。那个时候他们身上穿的是棉质的那个深衣，然后他们就冲过去那个石块下。
Then the teacher, Kyung Ho Snim, while they're sitting there, he keeps looking up at the rock like this. Keeps looking up at it.
那空空法师呢，就看到了这一个石头，他就不断的看这一个石头。
And Monggong starts looking at him like, idiot.
然后满公禅师就一直看着他，哎，你到底在干嘛？
But Kyung Ho Snim keeps looking at the rock like this.
然后那个法师就一直看，不断的看。
And finally, Monggong Snim says to him, "What are you doing? You think that rock is going to fall on us?"
然后那个满公禅师就说：“你干嘛一直看呢？你觉得这个石头会扎在我们身上吗？”
Then Kyung Ho Snim looks at him and says, "You know, sometimes the safest place is the most dangerous."
然后那个永和法师那个时候就回答说：“你知道吗？有的时候最安全的地方，就是却是最危险的地方。”
So that's our life.
那就是我们的生命，
It's gone.
刹那就消失。
So where's a safe place?
所以那里才是安全的地方。
What kind of process will bring you to this safe place?
什么过程能够把我们带到安全之地？
So in Zen we always say, be careful, watch your step.
所以在禅宗里面，我们说你要谨慎，注意你的脚步。
Sounds simple, yeah?
听起来似乎很简单。
It's not a joke because you don't know.
这并不是一个笑话因为要小心。
So that's just now.
所以只有
Wake
当
up.
下醒来，
You don't have time.
你没有时间。
请问基文法师哦，我们的静坐跟这个无为跟有为有关系吗？
So the question is for Venerable Jibun, what is the relationship between the doing and the non-doing? What is the relationship between the meditation practice and non-doing?
你现在正在有为还是无为？
So right now, are you doing something or not doing something?
你问的问题是说，静坐跟无为有什么关系？不过你要分清楚什么是有为，什么是无为。
谢谢。
So you must be clear what is the difference between doing and non-doing.
在松山禅师呢，把这个无为翻译得很有趣。
Zen Master Songsan translated this non-doing into a very interesting word.
人家问他什么是无为，
So someone asked him, what is non-doing?
Even English say not doing is make mistake. 周山说只是去做，
Zen Master Songsan translated it as just do it.
这是最高级的无为，最高级的无为。
This is the highest class of non-doing.
真正的无为是无所不为。
The true non-doing is there's nothing that it's very hard. It's just do it. The highest class of not doing is
所以很
just
简
do it.
单，你的工作是什么？只是去做。
So whatever your job is, just do it.
你看你们很简单的，来到这边已经蒲团排好，进来只是做。
So it's very easy for you. All the cushion is being arranged. You just come in and just sit.
那你口渴，外面还有咖啡，
When you are thirsty, there is coffee supply.
可是后面很多人在付出，你要清楚这个有为跟无为。
But there are a lot of supporters and volunteers behind all this that we should be.
有些人呢，昨天我碰到一些佛友义工啊，昨晚在禅诵经休息睡觉，今天早上搬东西来。
There are some volunteers has stay overnight yesterday night at the Zen Center and this morning so that they can move the items here.
我来到这边已经是8点多了，外面的义工说，问他哇，你这么早来？是我6点就来了。
So Sunim has came here around 8 and he asked some of the volunteers here, they are already here since 6 p.m.
也就是每一样东西呢，有这样的一个禅的工作坊教理会呢，很多人在策划还付出。
In order to make an event like this Zen conference to be successful, there are a lot of plannings and a lot of people has contributed to it.
你看看，很多人站岗位的，
So we can see there's a lot of different volunteers doing their job.
等一下结束了，你们很简单，只是走出去而已。
Later when the event is concluded, it's very easy, you can just walk away.
可是这边还有闭幕典礼，
But right here, there is still a ceremony of closing.
不容易啊。
It's not easy.
就是无为无所不为嘛。
So non-doing is just do it.
我说你每天都要工作。
Every day also doing just do the job.
你每天还要照顾家的人。
So every day you also have to take care of your family members.
但你只是去做。
But you just do it.
只是做看呢，是很简单，可是不容易。
Just do it seems to be simple, but it is actually not easy.
可能你会埋怨。
You may actually complain.
尤其跟在我身边的人，你会埋怨，因为很忙嘛，整天要做活动。
So some around Sunim may complain because it's been very busy.
哎呀，为什么搞这么多活动？累死人了。
So they complain about why do so many activities is very tiring.
这后面很多人在付出，不容易。
So there are a lot of people contributing in the background.
所以你问静坐的跟这个无为的关系，有时候那静坐就很重要。
So the question is about what is the relationship between meditation and non-doing.
当我们有做一些静坐的功夫。
When we have this practice of meditation,
然后只是去做没有问题。
And we just do it. There will be no problem.
然后你会告诉师父，每天我们举办活动，吸引大家快点。
And you will tell Sunim every day we can go and do all kind of activities. No problem.
不要审他，只是去做而已。
And no checking, just do it.
你看波兰法师要坐飞机整20个小时才到这边。
So the Sunim from Poland has to actually take a flight for 20 over hours.
大光禅师也是从美国飞来这里。
Then Master Daeguang also fly all the way from the United States.
我们太幸运了，忽然间呢，天门打开了，天人到这边来。
So the gate of the sky is open, and the people from the sky has come here.
你看，他的名叫大光，他的光在这边放光明啊，你们有没有感觉到？
And the name of the Zen Master is Daeguang is a big light, and the big light is illuminating right here. Do you feel it?
可是不简单啊。
It's not easy.
你要知道他要放光，他要花多少功夫啊！
In order to illuminate the light, you know how much practice is required.
他住在国民的20多年了，在那边山上，在那边停了20多年了，那个电充够了，来这边放光。
So that master has been practicing for 20 over years in Providence, and then in order to come here to teach us.
所以我们太幸运了，我们来到这边不用20分钟就到了。
We are very lucky because we come here. It only take us less than 20 minutes.
你看天文法师他现在发心在波兰要建一个道场。
And Chon Sunim now wish to build a center in Poland.
在外国不容易看到这样一个佛教的一个尤其这样静坐的道场。
In this some place in other place in the world, it may not be easy to see a center for practicing.
那天我们跟法师去走山的时候，墨西哥法师，我问他。
So the other day, Sunim had a walk with the Sunim from Moscow and
不是 Moscow，we walk in the Tisaru。他是从 Moscow。
Sorry, from Sunim from Mexico, and so he went to walk in the beach.
我们在Tisaru起自修，我们去走山。
So for the 7 days practice, Sunim walked with Sunim from Mexico in the mountain.
我就问他，你 墨西哥我们有人问他墨西哥人口有多少
So some ask Sunim, how many is the population in Mexico?
说他不清楚不知道。
So Sunim answered, he don't know, he's not clear.
那我就问他墨西哥的僧人的有多少？
So Sunim asked him, how much is the population of the Sangha in Mexico?
我看只有一个人。
And then I think Sunim said could be just one person.
这意思是说，在外国呢，要看到这样的穿这样出家人的装呢，然后修佛教呢，把头发剃了，那个是很少有的。
So it's very rare in the places in overseas to see someone who is practicing and in the form of Sangha.
所以这个天门法师要在波兰发展这个道场也是不容易。
So it is not a very easy task for the development of Chongmun Sunim in Poland.
现在很多国际的人士，西方的人士都会到韩国的国际禅师那边去，很精进的用功修行。
So there is a lot of practitioners have gone to Korea, the international Zen center to practice.
可是他们回到他们的国家呢，不一定可以这样的继续的精进的用功。
But not a lot of them, and once they return back into their home country and can continue to practice as easy as before.
所以天人法师呢，就发起这个慈悲的大愿，就要改革道场，让他们外国人呢回到家，回到他们自己的地方，有一个地方可以继续安身立命的地方，可以继续修行。
So Chongmun Sunim, based on this, he actually make a vow to actually create this opportunity and these conditions for those return to this country to be able to continue their practice.
所以我们很赞叹呢，他的这个大愿呢，我们也希望我们尽一点心力来帮忙他满足他这个建道场的愿景的信念。
So let us contribute, do our part, and in order to help to complete this great vow, this great compassionate vow of Sunim, to actually to be able to build this center.
那我们也请他来说说他关于在波兰的道场的计划。
So let us invite Chongmun Sunim to tell us about this plan in Poland.
So here in Singapore, you're lucky because Buddhism is very old.
所以在新加坡这里，大家都很幸运，因为这个佛教已经扎根了。
Buddha was born over 2,500 years ago.
这个佛陀佛陀已经的这个教导已经有2500多年。
And for near 2,000, Buddhism was here. 2,000 years.
所以大约2000年，这个佛教已经在这里差不多2000年了。
Now, first time Buddhism came to Poland was in the mid-70s.
那在这个佛教在这个波兰呢，是在70年代中期。
So it's almost 50-year-old tradition. Almost 50-year-old.
所以它是差不多50几年的这一个传统。
So it's relatively new.
所以它是相对的新的一个传承。
And we don't have a lot of, in terms of temples, we don't have Buddhist temples over there, and we don't have Buddhist monks or nuns living in Poland.
所以在这个波兰并没有这个佛寺，然后也并没有这个很多的这个出家众。
But Zen Master Sung San our teacher came to Poland in 1978, and from that point on, he was coming very often because there were a lot of people interested in Buddhism, practice.
在大概1978年的时候，崇山禅师来到了波兰，然后开始就是他的教导，然后有很多的这一个人们就开始对这个佛法就有这一个兴趣。
And there are still, from that point on, there were some Zen centers, places where lay people can come and practice together were created.
那在那个时候呢，就有很多的这个在家居士可以一起共修的这个道场环境呢，就被建立起来。
But at that time, it was still communist country, so difficult situation, so not so much choice. So it was very easy to actually for a lot of young people to come and practice and really try.
那个时候，即使是不是很好的一个环境，不是很容易，但是很多年轻人还是依然就是到来一起，然后一起共修，一起去修行。
About 20 years ago, the system in Poland changed, and Poland became a capitalist country.
那经过这个多年以来这一个波兰的这一个政治环境也成为了这一个资本主义了。
Situation started to become good.
那这一个环境变得也比较在经济上比较好。
And people had to actually focus a lot about trying to make a living and make money.
那所有的人就开始专注于这一个生活在经济上怎么样去讨生活，怎么样去赚更多的钱。
But the practice continued, but in a little smaller numbers.
虽然如此，那个修行这一方面呢，还是有一些少数的人还是持续的在修行。
But in order for the Dharma to take, or teaching to take root in one country, in one place, its whole complete Sangha is needed.
要让这个佛法在一个地方扎根那你需要4个要素
which is fourfold Sangha, which is monks and nuns, laymen and laywomen.
那就是这个4众子弟就是这个比丘、比丘尼、优婆塞、优婆夷。
Otherwise, it's not really possible to maintain in the long run.
那不然呢，就很难持续长久的就是进行下去。
So there is a number of Polish monks and nuns, but they live all in Korea, outside of Poland.
那现在呢，这个波兰的这个比丘、比丘尼众呢，他们都不在波兰里，他住在外国。
And they can come back only for a shorter period of times.
他们回到这个波兰通常都是一小段的时间。
Because it's very difficult to live outside of the temple for monks and nuns.
这是由于除了这个寺院以外呢，这个出家众呢其实是比较难生存。
So finally, situation got ripe for us to try to find a place in Poland, so monks and nuns can come and actually live there and practice.
现在呢，这个因缘呢已经几乎成熟了，就是可以有一个这么样的环境，让这个出家众呢，波兰的出家众可以长久的住在那里呢，然后以便可以让他们长久的修持。
And once that happens, once we have the place and the practice will take root and place over there, then maybe events like this will be possible.
那当这一个寺院呢成功成立了以后呢，那渐渐就可能像新加坡这里的这一个弘法的这一个境况呢，可能也在波兰也可以拥有。
Because human mind is the same. There is plenty of suffering in Poland, and in Poland people also would like to be free and happy.
人类的这一个心呢是一样的，那在波兰的人呢也是有受苦的这个心，那也 想要得到这一个解脱。
So there is a lot of interest in practice and teaching, Buddhist teaching.
在波兰那里呢，有很多的这一个对于佛法的这一个需求跟好要。
So about 20 years ago, some lay person, Polish person, made some money and he bought some land, and then sometime later he gave it to Polish monks.
有一位这个在家众呢，他就有赚了一些钱，然后他有一块地，那他就把它捐出来来建这个寺院。
So we had a small piece of land and we decided it's time to start to practice on it.
有了这一小块的这个地呢，我们决定呢就要开始在这里把它建成一个寺院，然后在这里。
So this year, before the summer retreat, we bought a camping trailer, and my close Dharma friend, another Polish monk, just stayed there for 3 months in a camping trailer and practiced.
在今年的这一个夏天呢，就是法师的一位师兄呢，就住在那一个旅行车，然后去到这一小块地上面修行。
And since it's very hot in this trailer in the summer and would be very cold in the winter, we built a little building to put the trailer inside. And we even gave this temple a nickname, and it's called Trailer Sa.
因为在冬天呢，这个地就会开始很寒冷，所以呢，他们就建了一个小小的建筑去停放这一个旅行车，他们称这一个小小的建筑物为旅行车室。
And since I don't mind cold so much, I'm gonna go there straight from here. I'm gonna go there and sit for 100 days.
现在就是法师呢，他回去过后呢，他就会去住在这个地方呢。
Till somebody comes from Korea, some other monk or nun, and sit there, and then I'll go. And we'll be doing that for some time.
他就轮流呢，如果当有在韩国的一些这个法师回来的时候呢，那他就会离开，然后就这么轮替的住在这一个小小的。
And then hopefully the energy will appear, and we'll be able to build proper temple.
希望呢，这个力量呢，会慢慢的凝聚，就可以从这一个小小的寺院呢，慢慢把它成为慢慢凝聚更大的这个力量。
And energy often materializes in the form of buildings or money or some material things.
这一个力量呢，也许它是以这一个建筑物呢，或者是以这一个可能是财力上面的方式来显现。
So we were really grateful for any help.
非常就是感恩您的帮助。
Thank you.
谢谢。所以我们还剩下5分钟，3分钟。We still have about 3 minutes for time for maybe last few questions.
Hi, may I know what is the Zen teaching and practice for end of life situation for the person and also the family members?
请问在这一个禅宗里面呢，就是对于临终的这一方面呢，对于临终者或者临终的家属呢，有什么样的一个教导？
I never developed skills in that, in helping people in this phase of their life. But I think at the end of your life, it's even more important to be clear.
法师并没有真正去开展在临终这一方面的这个修持。但是呢，在这一个临终的时候呢， 这个心的清明是更为的重要的。
Because you cannot say, I will do it later.
因为你已经没有办法再说我再迟一些再去。
Because there is no later.
因为已经没有之后了。
So this, if we start to practice now, then it will help us to be clear at this last moment.
如果我们现在呢，就开始修持呢，那它在我们这一刻临终的这一刻呢，就会有很大的帮助。
Now I talked in the also the circle of people who during this free question answer period about that, but when Zen meditation or Zen practice means to become clear in this moment.
所以刚才在分组讨论的时候呢，法师已经有谈过，就是说这个禅修里面呢，就在这一个时刻是非常重要的。
Simply because there is nothing else but this moment.
因为呢，简单来说，我们并没有其他的时刻，我们只有当下。
So if this moment is clear, everything is clear. The whole universe is clear.
如果当下是清明的，整个宇宙都是清明。
So at the time of passing away, of death, that's the last moment. So if that moment is clear, everything is clear. If that moment is not clear, nothing is clear.
所以在这个临终的那一个当下呢，如果是清明的呢，所以一切都是清明的；如果那一刻不清明呢，所以一切。
So that's why it's important to practice.
所以呢，修行是非常重要的。
As far as the particular methods or hints or help, first of all, there is no time to do that here. Second, that's not my skillful means. I didn't do much of that.
所以在此刻，至于要怎么样去有什么样的其他的方便方法呢？就是法师他可能也不够时间，他本身也没有就是在这一方面很多的策略。
But after the talk, I can direct you to somebody else who actually has experience.
那如果有需要的话，他可以推荐一些在这方面有经验的人。好，我们的这一个问答的环节就到此。So our Q&A sessions will conclude here. And if you have any other further questions that still unanswered, we have a good news because tomorrow in Guanyin Chanling, we have this Zen club on every Sunday. So tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. we have this group seating, and after the seating, Chon Sunim has agreed to give a short talk after the Zen club, and then if you have any question, you can still ask tomorrow. 所以明天呢，就是有一个很好的消息就是这个天门法师呢，他也答应了我们会去观音禅林，我们1点半中午会有一个共修禅坐的共修，然后过后呢，天门禅师会给一个简短的这个开示。那如果有任何的疑问呢，你还是可以过去。